CEFN's Focus on Fitness, where we give you information and inspiration to live a healthy lifestyle. I want to introduce to you our guest for the day, Chef Arnett Woodall, and nutrition consultant Iris Nevis. Welcome to the set.
How are you today?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Glad you were able to come on. You know, we have been celebrating our 10th anniversary here at CEFN, and I know you guys had a little bit to do with it, not only in the past, but even currently with that. So, Iris, why don't we start with you? Why don't you kind of tell us a little bit your connection with CEFN and what's going on?
Okay, well, I met Sherry through Associate Services for the Blind, because I'm visually impaired, or I have a visual impairment, rather. And she told me what she was doing at Community Enrichment Fitness Network. And it was something that interests me because I do a lot of nutritional work. And I was invited to be the facilitator for her last nutrition awareness program.
Excellent. And Chef, what's your involvement?
Well, we're West Philadelphia Produce, out of West Philadelphia. My name is Arnett Woodall. We're located at 18 South 62nd Street, and we're built from the ground up over there, fruit and produce market, where we teach the community throughout Philadelphia healthy eating concepts. So we were invited by Ms. Sherry out to Grace Methodist, and we did a seminar of healthy cooking experiences together, Iris and myself.
Well, you know, when Sherry started this, and I was a part of the original transition to become this nutrition and information network, I know that she really worked hard at trying to touch as many people in the neighborhoods in the community. As a matter of fact, part of our mission was to get out in the neighborhood. You know, we get people always telling us stuff, but we wanted to be with people to do this kind of thing. Now, Iris, I know that you're recently done a project with one of the churches. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we were invited to go to Grace United Methodist Church, and we spent 5 weeks, one Thursday a week, just giving them people information, a different approach to what they're used to. My approach is that you don't have to count calories unless you want to. You can stuff yourself silly with salads, but it's not. It's more than my approach is more than just the eating part. And so each week we build up on from one week to the next different things like gratitude, forgiveness.
So it's not just what you take in, but it's also a spiritual component,
yes,
if you will.
Yes, because we started every session with prayer and we ended with prayer.
Excellent, excellent. And I know that you're gonna be in a few segments of the show, as we are doing right now, but how else have you been involved, particularly around this 10th anniversary?
Well, we're going to be working and partnering with Sherry to work continue and to continually bring healthy concepts to communities. We work with the youth as well as our seniors and everyone in the community. You just spoke on the spiritual piece of it. When we teach at West Philadelphia, what we did was we built from the ground up because it's also the environmental health aspect of it, from clean communities and how our communities are falling and how they must be rebuilt from within. So we're from within and teaching the community how to eat healthier, how to not run to that corner store and get that corner hoagie, because on our corners, every corner has a hoagie shop on it, and there's nothing really healthy about a hoagie.
Well, you know, you bring up actually several points. Let me see if I can hit a couple of these, because that environmental notion, that is having a clean community and being aware of the things that are not so healthy in a community, is an important piece in terms of informing people how to live a healthy lifestyle. Yes. And that's, you know, that's something that you probably don't get that on any kind of nutrition show or any other place. They may talk about the food and they may talk about junk food. You know, we still talk about all of those things. But living a healthy lifestyle is more than just what you take in food. Yes. It's also what your mind takes in and the environment in which you live in. And I don't know, is there more to elaborate on that? Because I think that's an important point that people need to hear over and over again.
Yes, there is more to elaborate on it. If you just think of one aspect that I just spoke on was the corner store hoagie aspect. What's the healthiest thing on a hoagie? What would you think the healthiest thing on a hoagie?
I don't know, the grease.
You just think about that. Most people order everything no onions because they don't want their breath to stink.
Right.
The healthiest thing on a hoagie
Is the onions? Yeah. Yeah, well, when I heard that if you eat onions, it also helps with things like digestion and keeping your blood pressure low,
Yes.
and that's probably a few other things I don't even know. And CEFN has never endorsed any particular plan, but we want people to find what works for them.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why we have a variety of people who bring us nutritional information, who bring us ideas, and quite frankly, inspire us around these things. Chef, I know we're going to have you up fairly shortly here, and folks are going to see what you make, what you present in this. And I think, Iris, you're going to be doing maybe some more informational sessions with us in the future?
In the future, yes.
Because we know that you've been going around to some of the churches, and you hope to go around to a few more?
Yes, because it's very important. People have tried so many different things, and it hasn't worked. But when you go back to the basics and see how your can't say grandparents now, you have to go like 3-4 generations back
now, yeah.
And you'll find out that if you eat just single ingredients, like an apple, all it has is one ingredient. And when you know what to choose within those foods, you'll be surprised that we're eating for deficiencies. We're not eating just for the sake of eating. Yes, it does have pleasure. It does give us, energy if you know which ones to eat. And that's what I presented in the program that I facilitated.
Well, even some of the things that I have learned and put into practice, one of the foods that I particularly become fond of, again, is sweet potatoes.
Yes.
But, when I used to have the sweet potato, at least for the most part, I had it more as a sweet potato pie or a pudding or something like that. But of course, you can do other things with sweet potatoes, and it can be mixed with other foods that, quite frankly, I didn't even know about.
Because sweet potatoes, they burn slowly. It's a carb, but it's a different kind of carb as opposed to the white potato.
Right.
So it's going to burn slower. You're going to be sustained, and your hunger is going to be satisfied.
Yeah.
And you also get the little sweetness. If you put a little bit of cinnamon, you get that sugar thing. But you're not getting the spike.
I'm in heaven.
Exactly.
And I've even gotten into wrapping them in aluminum foil and just baking the sweet potato, just whole. And then I actually just scoop it out. It's kind of nice.
It's nice and creamy.
But, I know that some people stay away from carbs. So the sweet potato for them, or potatoes in general, might not be their thing. But you also talked to us about how we can use salads or not use salads. And, what are the other foods that we can get involved with that we can inform people about?
Well, it's not so much what you get. It's the form that you get it in, because you can get a bag of salad, or you can make you can get the ones that are loosely in the market. Then if you are if you have the pockets, then you go organic. But it's a process. Some people go like a Band-Aid, they rip it off and they go from 0 to 60, and other people, they have to transition, from worst to better to best in their food selections. So what my approach was a 21-day process. Now you could do it any way you want it, but there, in the list that I used the biofield diet plan. And in that, the foods they were selected there because they have their highest healing properties.
Right.
It has the highest vitamins and minerals in them. So you're not just eating for the sake of eating. You want to make your food count. You want it to be your medicine, because that's what it was intended for. People didn't have pharmacies and things that we do now. Our food, quote unquote, is our medicine. And so the best approach is to go back to what, nature intended it for us to be.
Well, you just opened up a whole nother can of worms that we ain't got time to even begin to discuss in detail, particularly as food, as medicine, and food as a restorative process for the body as well as the mind.
Yes,
I have to remind people this, food is not just for the body, it's also for the mind. And of course that gives us a spiritual uplift in this process. So, but that's what CEFN is all about. That's why we're celebrating this 10th anniversary,
Yes.
this 10th anniversary year, so that we can continue to inform and hopefully inspire you to be a part of, a healthy lifestyle in your world. And I can guarantee you that if you choose to eat healthy, try to live healthy, try to have a strong spiritual, healthy lifestyle, that your world just goes better. Bad things don't stay bad that long because you're feeling much better about things. Anyway, we could go on, but I know that we've got to take a short break because behind us is an exercise segment. We're going to have some movement. We got to move our bodies too.
Yes.
Just can't simply talk eating. You got to do something about it. So we're going to have that coming up in just a moment, but I want to thank both of you.
Well, thank you.
Chef Ken, Chef Ken, Chef Woodard, Arnett.
Yes.
Nice to have you here. And Iris.
Yes, thank you very
Nevis,
much.
thank you. And we will see you right around the corner. Get ready to move your bodies.
Greetings, everyone. My name is KT Terry, and welcome to Focus on Fitness. Today, I'm going to show you some moves, and these moves are for all ages, but specifically, I'm going to be focusing on the senior community. So we're going to stretch first. Some of these movements are very simple to do. Some of them are a little more challenging, but you can always do it your way or practice at home so you can get better and better at it. It's important to stretch every single day simply because it opens up the cells of your body and helps the blood to flow a little more, and it gives you more oxygen, not to mention that it makes you more flexible, okay? So it's very important to stretch. Even if you don't exercise every day, you should stretch every day. So right now, we're going to start with the first movement. I'm going to take it down all the way. And as I'm taking it down, I'll turn this way so you guys can actually see. As I'm taking it down, you can actually push up, holding it down, stretching that back. Then you're going to slowly come up. Try to keep everything in a flow. Stretch it all the way up. Grab those hands. And just actually think about when you get up out of the bed, what's the first thing you do? You get that good stretch. And that's what we're doing right here. Now we're going to take it down, make it a little more challenging. We're going to open up those knees, bring that buttocks down, hold, and then come right back up. Do it again. And bring it back up. Now we're going to take that right hand. We're going to take that hand all the way down as far as you can go. Nobody knows your body like you. So you go down as far as you can. Give it a little pulse. Come on up. Bring that hand up. Take the opposite down. Stretch that side. Bring it up. Clasp the hands together. Push forward. Hold. Bring it back up. Step in. Your arms are going back. You're bringing the shoulders back, pushing the hands down. The chest is up. The shoulder blades are going back, they're touching. And hold. Release. Shoulder roll. Now come forward. Take that right arm, put it behind your head, grab that wrist and pull. This is how you stretch your shoulders. You can do this at home. You don't have to go to a gym to do this. Take that same arm, whip it around, grab that wrist and pull. Release. Take the opposite side. Pull down. Make sure what you do for one side, you do for the opposite. We don't want to have an imbalanced body now, do we? Release, switch, and pull. Now I'm going to go down to the mat. We're going to work on the hips and the side of the back. You're going to take that foot, bring it back all the way back, as close to your groin as possible. Your torso is going to be straight. You're going to bend down and you're going to grab your heel and you're going to pull. Pull down as far as you can, and you're going to feel that pull right here on your side, the side of your back. Pull and release. And you'll get the opposite side. Remember, that foot comes all the way up toward your groin against your thigh. Come down and pull. Come up. Grab that leg. This might be a little more advanced. Even if you can just come this far, do that. You're going to grab it like it's your baby. You're going to hold and you're going to rock.
Testimony. Check it out.
You're going to rock.
Your testimony. Check it out.
You're going to release. You're going to hold this up. Then you're going to put that leg down. Then, of course, as I said, you must get the opposite side. Whatever you do for one side, you must do for the opposite. Then you're going to rock. You're going to hold them up. You're going to come down. Now, here's for the waist. Take the right foot, whatever foot you want to start with, okay? You're going to take the opposite arm. You're going to push up against that knee, and you're going to twist the body around, keeping that chest up. This stretches the waist and the hip. You're going to release. You're going to get the opposite side. Put that foot over there, grab that arm, that elbow pushes that knee, and you're going to stretch. That's a very good stretch for that back and that waist. Okay? Now, we're going to lay down. And of course, you're going to take that foot, you're going to pull it all the way back. And then you're just going to take that foot around. One way, reverse the opposite way. Then back and forth. Grab that leg, pull back as far back as you can, and hold. Bring that knee down, take that leg to the side, keep that chest to the ceiling, straighten out that hand, and for those who can, you can pull that back leg up. Release. We're going to put that leg down, opposite side. Pull it back, take that foot around. Now the opposite way. Back and forth. Grab that leg, bring it all the way back as far as you can. Bend that knee, grab that groin, that foot, take it to the side, chest to the ceiling, arms stretched. For those who can, take that bottom leg back. You're going to straighten yourself up. Try to come up using your core muscle. That's how you make it stronger. And for our last thing, we're going to take that leg back, come down as far as you can, and grab. And you can use this opportunity to actually massage your own foot. Feels good, guys. Release. Come up. Get the opposite side. Come on up. For now, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for. But make sure you take care of that body, mind, and spirit. God bless you.
Oh, let me put this down. We're back here with Chef Arnett Woodall. You won't believe what he has. You caught me there trying to steal a strawberry or something, but you've got some other things for us
Yes.
to decide to do. What do we got going today?
Well, these are some of the items that we prepared at Grace Memorial Methodist Church with the seniors at the church. One of the things that we created and prepared for them is our 3-bean kale salad.
Okay.
Now, your kale is so powerfully packed with protein that was why that was one of the items that we prepared for them.
Okay.
Because your protein has your kale has just as much protein as your steak does, or as meat does. So this is 32 ounces of kale already rinsed and prepared.
Okay. Can you eat kale by itself?
Yes, you can.
All right.
We grow it organically at West Philadelphia Produce with our youth in the community. We have gardens at West Philadelphia Produce where we teach the youth how to grow from seed to the kitchen.
Okay.
So 3-bean kale salad. You got a black bean.
Yeah, those I love.
Yeah, sprinkle them chickpeas right in there.
Chickpeas it is.
Chickpeas right in there. Then you got your red beans.
Red
So we got
beans.
some of our red beans in there.
All right.
We use a red pepper.
Okay. Hey, it looks pretty. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
we
color
make it look
coordinated,
very
you know?
appetizing. Add those.
You
onions
got
to
it. All right.
You got a green pepper, a red pepper, a craisin. Now these craisins give it a little sweety taste, and
Yep.
it adds to.
Now, I know that they've come
flavor.
up with craisins now, which is a, combination between raspberry and raisins or something of that. But what about just plain raisins?
You can use plain raisins in this, or you can use the craisins. We use both.
Okay.
So sometimes we add craisins and raisins, or it could just be raisins, or it could just be craisins.
All right.
Now this is a secret spice.
The secret ingredient.
The secret ingredient. We call it, if we tell you, we gotta kill you. So you sprinkle a little bit of that. It's just salt, pepper, some celery seasoning, and then this is a dressing that we put.
Okay.
And then that quick, you have created a 3-bean kale salad.
Aha.
So then we just take it and we toss it around and we mix it.
Now, I am a fan of beans of any kind. So,
Your beans give you a lot of protein also. So this is something healthy. This is something that you can eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can take and make your omelet, and you can have a little 3-bean kale on the side. You can make your lunch, you can have 3-bean kale on the side.
Right.
Or your dinner. So that quick.
well, I was impressed. I was at the restaurant at an IHOP. This has been several years ago. They actually had a pancake thing with the black beans,
With black beans. Yeah,
which
that
was good. Now, you wouldn't think it was counterintuitive almost. You wouldn't think of it as being good, but it was great. I loved it. And it never came back on the menu again.
Never came back on the menu. People tend to shy away from their vegetables, but this is something where you can go raw and eat raw.
Yeah.
And there you have it, just that quick. While we sitting here talking, we just put that 3-bean kale salad together.
See, this is not hard. Well, somebody's got to test it. Let me have a
Yeah,
fork over
somebody
there.
got to test it.
Somebody has to check this thing out. And of course, whenever we do that, Now you can taste the oil, you can taste the beans, you can taste the onions, you can taste the celery. Is that celery? What's
No,
peppers? That's peppers.
green pepper. Yes, that's a green pepper, a red pepper, onion, our secret seasonings. and
I would actually
craisins.
put more craisins in mine.
Yeah, people do.
I like a lot of
ask for the extra craisins all the time when they come. It's a product that's prepared at West Philadelphia Produce. It's prepared every day, so you can come in and get it fresh there at West Philadelphia Produce, where we do juicing, smoothies, and all kind of other healthy items that we bring into the community.
Since you know about pricing of these things, and that's sometimes some of the things that people choose not to eat because these things are pricey. To them. But in general, how much would all of this cost? And this serves how many people?
All right, that was a 32-ounce container of kale. This serving here will serve at least what we just did here. So you had 8 ounces of beans. 8 ounces of beans. So you had 3 cups of beans, which we still didn't use all of
Right.
them inside this mixture here. You had 8 ounces of green peppers. We used probably half of them. So we
Right.
probably used 4 ounces of everything that we had here
Okay.
in this meal, and it will feed up to 8 people.
Easy.
Easy.
Now, see, I know a lot of
And
people
that's
like to
portion.
take this to lunch, so they'll make it up at the beginning of the week.
Yep.
And you could have lunch with this all week.
Yes. What we were asked to do is make it on a Monday up to Wednesday, because it'll get soggy.
Right, right.
We like to keep the kale crisp.
Fresh, yeah.
So 3 days it'll stay crisp in your refrigerator.
Okay.
And it'll stay crisp. After about 4 days, 3-4 days, going into your 3rd, 4th day, the kale will get a little soggy.
That's an important piece. People need to organize themselves. So that if you're going to eat healthy, you can't just walk out and it's going to show up. You usually a little bit of preparation
That's
and
always.
forethought involved in the process. And when you go to the grocery store, you need to have your list prepared. You're going to get kale, you're going to get black beans, you're going to get, all of the other things. Is this, for instance, I know the black beans come in cans, and are there fresh black beans? And
Well,
and I'm saying
easier.
just that one ingredient, but what should people be looking for?
Well, we don't like to use canned items, but we do in a case like this when we doing beans and doing a 3-bean kale salad, but everything else is fresh. Your kale is grown at West Philadelphia Produce in our organic garden. The peppers were picked up from Whole Foods, who are a sponsor of ours. So Whole Foods,
Okay.
with some of our cooking
People know about Whole
classes,
Foods, yep.
They donate their shrinkage to West Philadelphia Produce
Okay.
for us to do healthy cooking classes and stuff like that with. So we get a lot of organics from them that they donate to some of our programs. We're the culinary arts chef at West Philadelphia High. We teach youth. We go into the rec centers, into the churches, like we did with Grace Memorial. And we teach this and been teaching it now for 8 years out of West Philadelphia Produce, which is built from the ground up.
Chef, this has been pretty nice. I'm not sure how much time I got left here for you today, but I know that you're going to bring us a couple of other things.
Yes, we will.
In these segments. So look out for us on CEFN. We've got a number of other things. I can't wait till we get to the oatmeal stuff, because,
The oatmeal
man,
fruit
I'm an
cookies.
oatmeal fan.
Well, that's good.
I can. Matter of fact, I had oatmeal yesterday, so I don't wait for the winter to
winter time.
come.
Yeah, me neither.
I
Yeah.
can eat oatmeal anytime. So we'll be back. We thank you. Come see us, cefn.org, and here it is. Good stuff.